Welcome back. So a little bit's happened since the last time checked in. In terms of the flame now, we've now improved our building area up to 80. So previously our build area was to just about here, and we were saying that we could possibly fit in our 2 survivors just here and on the other side, which we could have done very easily, but I also knew that I had 1 shroud core so that we could actually put our survivors in place. So we've now got a room for 1 here, room for 1 on the other side. All I need to do is clear that up, and we've put 1 survivor down already. He's asking us to go and search out the smelter and also do a couple of other little things for him. But what I wanted to do is just a couple of things. You'll see here that I've actually fixed up some of the floor. So what I've done is, because I don't have this stone block as yet, what you can do is just fill it in. And another thing you can do as well, and you'll find throughout the game, there's 2 different ways to get rid of what we've got here. So we can go like this, but it's a rather inelegant way of doing it. The other way that you can do it, if you want to actually get rubble as a building supply, you can just hack it down. But what we will do is turn snapping off. So you'll see the bottom left hand side of your screen there. What we're going to do is just clear a little bit of space here. And we've nicked a little bit of that pole there, but that's fine. Okay, and you'll see there we've gone through the floor a tiny little bit, but that's fine. Just dismantle that skeleton there, and what I'll do in the interim is just throw a floor piece in so you can get the general gist of what's going on there. So a couple of bits in, and you'll see that it's cleaned all the floor up. And what we can do when we get back later on and we actually get a hold of this building block is we'll put it in place, and you'll see that we've put our chests in place here as well. And you'll notice as well I've sort of kind of organised a little bit. And what I'll do is I'll just summon the hunter, and we'll just throw her there. Another one of the things that you can do with either one of the builders as well, which we haven't covered as yet, you'll see here enhance equipment. So for the current forest longbow that I have, which is probably our best thing for the moment, it's upgraded as far as it can be, but you'll see there with the metal star mace that we got before, we could spend 18 of our coins and get +3 on cutting damage, which we'll do because we've got tons of coins because we've been recycling a heck of a lot of equipment. Alright, so what we've done now is put all of our equipment away. We're not really going to be needing anything else from the home base here. For some reason I've got a duplicate of Athlin's Cree showing up in my menu there. You can see that I've already got her there. So I don't know what's happening with that, but we'll see what happens with that in the future. Alright, a couple of other things about this area. Now, I really haven't covered every single reason why this area is great and why I love it. There are many, and I'll cover quite a few more now. So there is a lot of other stuff to loot in the area is the main reason. And one of the other big things about it as well is this building here. Now, I didn't mention this earlier because I gave us a specific mission to populate that large building there because it had lots of space in it. But at a later date, once you've got your base upgraded in terms of building area, which is we covered earlier, we only cover now halfway into this building here, so we don't really have enough to completely build through this building. However, the reason that I'm leaving this until now is you can really think of this building in terms of a future proposition. So you could make this sort of your home residence later on in the game if you wanted to. That is if you don't want to build up on top of the church that we are living in now. One of the other things I didn't mention again as yet, but I was leaving it because I don't want to sort of overpopulate people's brains with too much information. There are some plants and whatnot here as well. You'll see that we're currently over our build limit, so if we pull this out here, it won't repopulate, but if we pull these out here, they will repopulate within half an hour. So we actually have access to some building zones already in terms of farming, as we do also down here in the farming area. So we've just tailed onto the farming zone here, but what will happen when we upgrade our flame, we'll have access to a lot more farming area here. The particular soil that is populated in this area here, and I can take it out from here because it'll repopulate in a little bit, you'll see it's called farm soil. So it's really good for planting crops, making things grow fast basically. And when we get to the stage later on when we actually can plant, it'll be something that comes in really handy. At this stage right now, we can't plant, but it'll come in handy later on, and I'll make note of it when it does come along. Another one of the things as well behind this house is there's a heap more plants here which will respawn. If you're doing a magic build, all these mushrooms will come in very handy, and these tomatoes will come in really handy as well. And one of the other reasons why I won't be upgrading is constant access to this honey here as well, which you can grab at any time. I'm not going to grab it right now because I want to leave some space for looting that we're going to be doing up here when we go to rescue the alchemist in the ancient vault. So I want to save some space for there. Another one of the things I didn't point out, and very deliberately so, was you'll see just here at the fork in the road, there is a heck of a lot of flint here. Once we improve our build limit, this won't be impacted, so keep that in mind. Flint is a really handy resource for later on in the game. Also right here, which will respawn, which is fantastic. There are always arrows here, there's always salt here, there's always metal scraps here, and all of those things come in really, really handy. And there's a heap of these little points here where you can loot from. And just ahead of us right here, you'll see on the map, is the Egerton salt mines, which we mentioned earlier. However, I'm not going into them right now because I'll save an entire episode for that, because it's quite a big mission in terms of what you can achieve in total down there and what you can loot in total down there. So I'll leave that just for one entire episode. Alright, well that's going to wrap things up for us for this episode. Next time we're going to continue on and head up to rescue the alchemist. We'll see you then.